Hi, boys and girls. Good morning. This morning we're going to start with our rhyme Bible and do a rhyme from there. I'm going to move my marker along to number 6 for Wednesday. Today is Wednesday today, okay? Yesterday was Tuesday. Wednesday. Tomorrow is Thursday. Let me find the Thursday. We're moving along this week. I'm going to start with a story from my rhyme Bible today. It's called Daniel and the Lions. Remember, we're listening for those rhyming words. Daniel lived in Israel a long, long time ago, but when he was a lad, he was captured by his foe. They took him off to Babylon and made him serve the king. But Daniel prayed and lived for God in spite of everything the king did. The king looked around for someone wise and good, someone he could trust to do the things he should. The king picked Daniel, but it made the others mad, so they figured out a plan to make Daniel look bad and mad. The men came before the king and said, "You are so great. May we suggest a simple rule that you can legislate? Great, late. For 30 days and 30 nights to you alone will pray. The lion's den will be the fate of all who disobey." The king agreed, and so the rule was made into a law. The other men watched Daniel, and this is what they saw. Law and saw. Daniel went into his room, and kneeling down to pray, he thanked the Lord and asked for help like every other day. The men ran to tell the king that Daniel disobeyed. The king was sad but couldn't change the rule that he had made. And so the men took Daniel and brought him to the den. Then they threw him to the lions. Oh, what could he do then? Then. The king was so unhappy he couldn't sleep that night. When morning came, he quickly ran and cried, "Are you all right? Night, right." Oh, here we go. Sorry. Daniel answered, "Yes, O king, they didn't get a bite, for God sent his angel to shut their mouths up tight." Bite and tight. Wonderful. We are going to talk about 2 more sea creatures that I did not mention yesterday, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit about a project called Saltwater Science that you can use at home. Okay. All right. First sea creature, starfish. Starfish are not really fish. They are a type of sea urchin, and they cannot swim. They are found in every ocean of the world, but never in the fresh water. Most have 5 arms. Did you know? Starfish can regrow a missing arm, so if they lose one of their arms, they can regrow them. Well, wow, that's cool. And then our last sea creature of the bunch is, of course, a fish. All fish have backbones. They are cold-blooded and breathe water through their gills, like our shark, right? Fish are covered in scales and they have fins to help them move through the water. Did you know the largest fish in the world is the great whale shark? It can reach 50 feet long. Wow. We have learned a lot about all of our sea creatures this week. I'm going to give you a little project you are welcome to do at home. It's called Saltwater Science. Parents, if you're watching, you can look this up on the internet. The materials that you need at home are eggs, 2 eggs, salt, water, and then just 2 tall glasses. It's pretty simple. Most of these things you should have at home, boys and girls. So have your mom do this little science project with you. You pour cold water into the glasses until they are halfway full. Okay, that's step number 1. You're going to pour the water into the glasses until they are halfway full. Then you're gently dropping an egg in 1 glass and see what happens. Does it sink or does it float? In the other glass, you are to stir about 6 to 8 tablespoons of salt in that water. 6 to 8 tablespoons of salt. Then you're going to take the other egg and gently lower the egg into the salt water. Okay, then look what happens. Okay, you are going to draw your results. So draw what happens in the regular water with no salt, and then try to draw what happens in the cup that has the salt. Okay? All right, now tomorrow when we come back, I'm going to tell you what's happening in that project because I don't want to give it away. Have a good day, boys and girls. Take care.